What is up, YouTube? Life has been really crazy, amazing. There's been some crazy things happening, and this video is kind of random. Like, I was just thinking earlier today, like, hey, I want to make a video on this, and that would be manifestation. There's been some crazy manifestation things that's happened in my life over the last like 2 months, and I already know it's gonna get even more crazier. So I'm making this video to talk to you guys about manifestation, as well as for me to manifest things in the future, for me to come back to this video and be like, look, I said it happened. So like I said, I mean, dude, life lately has been absolutely crazy. My social media is going crazy. This has been a 2-year journey to get here, and literally 80% of the journey didn't see any results. Definitely, it was a lot of delayed gratification. I was putting in the time and the hours with only seeing little results, and all the way up until about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I started to see some results, and they start coming in pretty quick. So you know, I'm just really grateful to God for that. I'm grateful for all of you guys who support me. You know, I wouldn't be in this position if it isn't for you watching this video right now. So I'm really grateful for you guys, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to provide value to you guys with what's going on in my life and how it can potentially benefit you. You know, just to kind of get into it, we hear this thing called manifestation, and you know, I know me personally, I'm not very easily convinced. It takes a lot for me to really be able to, you know what I mean, get with the program. So, you know, I've always heard of manifestation, but I'm like, dude, like, just because you say it don't mean it's gonna happen, whatever. And I didn't really realize the power that my own words hold, my own thoughts hold, until, you know what I mean, it started happening. But what I will say, is if you don't believe in God, this video probably is not for you, because I think that's the reason why I'm in this situation. And what I've learned is God plus manifestation, when you put those two together, man, it's crazy what can happen. And just to dive into it in the personal examples in my life, like I said, I think that our words, they hold power. You know what I mean? You say something, you speak that into existence, you put that into the universe as a possibility. And like I said, when you pair that with God, you unlock a new superpower. It's almost like, you know what I mean, you say it and it's gonna happen. And I've seen that in my own personal life. In the very, very, very beginning stages of when my Instagram started going crazy, I was out of town in Dallas with my cousin. We was sitting in the car, and he asked me, he said, if you could work with any company in the world, like any top of the line company, who would it be? And I was like, you know what, bro, I really don't know. He was like, just name one, just like throw one out there. And I was like, okay, IKEA. Like, pretty much everything in my room comes from IKEA. That'd be pretty cool to work with them. So I get back home from the trip, and there's this marketing agency that emails me, and they're like, hey, we have a big time client who is looking for an influencer. If you are interested, sign this NDA and we'll tell you who the client is and tell you kind of like the deliverables and what we expect and what we want. Because they couldn't tell me who the client was beforehand, because I guess non-disclosure stuff. But signed an NDA, and she was like, thank you for signing it. Our client is IKEA and they want to work with you. And I was literally like I was literally just talking about this 2 days ago with my cousin. I sent him a screenshot like, bro, remember that one time we was in a car literally 2 days ago in Dallas? And it was crazy. And that's when I kind of was like, wait a minute, like, I feel like if that moment didn't happen in that car, that I wouldn't have got that email. And as well as, you know, constant prayers with me telling God, you know, how I'm gonna use the platform that he gives me to for his glory. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean when I say pairing your manifestation with God. God knows the desires of your heart, and manifest things that really matter. Now, of course, I can't just manifest $1 million. Like, that has no meaning. You know what I mean? There's no correlation in my life to that. Content creation is something that I'm really passionate about, and that I love. And IKEA goes along with my content. So I think that's why that happened. I feel like if I would have said I want to work with, I don't know, some pool company, it probably wouldn't happen because I don't have a pool, right? So yeah, that's what I mean when pairing the words that you say in the manifestation with God, as well as constant prayer. Like, you know, I'm constantly praying for, you know what I mean, guidance in how I should make my content and what I should talk about, and how to best serve you guys, and how to best be a vessel for God to, you know what I mean, bring you guys closer to God watching this video. It doesn't stop there. A few weeks later, I'm in the mall with my girlfriend, and we walk by, we're like in the cologne section, and we walk by this YSL bottle that I see a lot of other content creators getting. It's the exact same cologne, they were all getting it. And this is at the time, now I have a following. At this time, I probably have around like 12, 13, 15,000 followers around the time on Instagram. And I say, dang, like, YSL need to send me one of these. Like, what's up? Like, just joking around. I really didn't put too much thought into it. But, you know, constant prayer, not even about YSL, just every day I pray to God and ask for guidance and wisdom and just direction for my life. And once again, you guys already know, a few days later, YSL emails me and says that they want to send me that cologne. I promise I can't make this stuff up. I'm not lying. Like, I know this sounds fake, but that's how crazy this is. Like, that's the power that you have, you feel me, when you have that relationship with God, and you really put your words to work, you know what I mean? Manifestation is a power that everybody has. Like, you have somewhat control of creating your own destiny, but you 10x that power when you pair it with God. Like I said, just manifestation on its own, it's only so far that'll take you, and if that'll even work. I've never tried it without God, but you know, I understand everybody doesn't believe in the same thing that I believe in, and that's okay. But I'm just speaking out of my own personal experience, and when you pair these manifestations with God, the sky is the limit. Like, it's literally a superpower. Like, this is crazy. Like, now I feel like now it's getting to the point where, like, when I apply for, like, if I get like an invitation for, you know, hey, we're looking for content creators, apply to this, and then we're gonna pick the best creator we think. It's getting to the point where I'm so confident that I'm gonna get it, and 9 times out of 10 I do. Like, anything that I've applied to, I don't think that I've ever been not selected. And that is 100% on God. Like I said, I don't take credit for any of that, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, we ask for things from God, and we manifest these things, but he has the final say, you know what I mean? He knows the desires of our heart and what we want and what we need. So when we communicate with that to him, he has the final say, you know what I mean? He's the one signing if it's gonna go through or not, you know what I mean? So he knows what's best for us, and that's not, I don't want you to get the wrong message behind this video, and I'm saying anything you want, God's going to give it to you, because that's not true, you know what I mean? I would love to have a Lamborghini Urus sitting in the parking garage downstairs, but you know, that's not that might not be what's best for me right now. The more you do this, now that I have a little bit more experience with, you know, this whole manifestation experience, is you'll begin to start seeing the things that you constantly think about, you know what I mean? For me, it's my future and success and being financially free and living a life of my dreams. Like, I think of that every single day. Like, if I, for example, my dream car is a Tesla, which will be my next car. Like, I'm speaking it into existence, watch. And I plan on having that car within the next 2 years. But Tesla is my dream car. And every time I see a Tesla, like, I don't even do this on purpose. This isn't something that I intentionally do. But every time I see a Tesla, whether that's a Model 3, a Model Y, Model X, I envision myself in that. Like, I literally can see myself getting out of that Tesla, or driving that Tesla, or whatever it may be. It seems that every month that goes on, I start to slowly get closer to the Tesla. So, like, for example, a Tesla was just something that I seen on the TV, on the computer screen. Then all of a sudden I start seeing them more out in public. Summer, I rode in a Tesla for the very first time. I sat in the back seat. It was my cousin's godmom's Tesla. We were in LA. Fast forward a few months, I actually meet a guy personally who has a Tesla, and he lets me ride in his Tesla in the front seat. The first time I sat in the back seat. Second time, sitting in the front seat. Then I come in contact with somebody else who has a Tesla, and I end up driving that Tesla, right? So now I'm driving Teslas. Then I meet somebody else who has a Tesla, and I drove that Tesla. So now I'm starting to become closer to Teslas. Like, if you know what I mean, it kind of sounds crazy, but like, that's what this is. Like, it's coming to fruition. Like, I'm slowly starting to become closer to me owning a Tesla. I've ridden in one in the back seat and the front seat. I've driven multiple models now. a lot of the people around me are starting to randomly buy Teslas. Like, I don't think this is by mistake. And so I'm gonna come back to this video when I drive my Tesla for the first time. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video to inspire you, especially for you guys who, you know what I mean, have that faith in God. I think that's a huge tool, resource, ability, power that you're missing out on, that I was missing out on too until I did it on accident. So now, you know what I mean, now that I'm aware of that, I constantly say things that I want to come to fruition. So I say, hey, I'm gonna, like, I say this all the time, I tell everybody, but I plan on buying my house before the end of 2024. So yeah, that's a part of me manifest. Another misconception I don't want you guys to think is that you manifest with God and you keep God close to you and you're speaking these things, but you're not doing work on your end. Yes, it's a superpower, it's an ability, but it's not an end-all be-all. You still have to put in the work. So for example, a Tesla's not free. Teslas cost like $40,000, $50,000. I can't just sit here and say, God, you know, I'm gonna have a Tesla, or I want this, whatever, and not be doing the work on my end, right? Not working on the things to get me closer to that. So it's more of an assistant. It in a sense speeds up the process, I would say. It doesn't complete the process for you. So yeah, I hope that was valuable to you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. Like I said, this is just something that I've kind of learned over the last few months, so I'm not an expert, but I'll be more than glad to answer any questions, or I want to hear about you guys' own personal manifestation stories, or if there's something that you're trying to manifest in your life, something that you know is for you, that's meant for you, and that you're gonna have, something that you're gonna do. And it doesn't have to be something super crazy. Now I'm getting to the point where I want to start manifesting things a lot further ahead, a lot bigger things, you know what I mean? I started off with even social media. I've always envisioned myself having a large following. I just didn't know when or where it was gonna happen. Over the last 2 years, I was stuck at about 2,000 to 2,500 followers on Instagram, and now I'm at like 53,000 at the time I'm making this video. So yeah, you gotta really, like, what does your future self look like? You know what I mean? Like, what car do you drive? Like, what does your day-to-day life look like? Like, all of those things can be manifested, but you have to be specific. You can't just say, you know what I mean, I want to be rich, or I want to have money. Like, what does that look like? Like, what type of lifestyle do you live? Are you a more minimalistic person? Are you a fancy person? And I don't see a problem with either one of those, but you have to be specific on the type of person you are. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's manifestation goals, all those things are different. So yeah, like I said, I just really hope that this was valuable to you guys and something that you try out on your own life. Just to end this video out, I'm going to practice what I preach. So I'm gonna end this video out with putting some things into the universe for my own future, my own life. Like I said, I plan on my next car. Right now I drive a BMW 328i. My next car will be a Tesla. I plan on purchasing a home before the end of 2024. And I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm going to hit 100,000 Instagram followers before the end of the year. Right now I'm sitting at like 53, so I got another 67 to go. Wait, no, 47 to go, my bad. Got another 47 to go, but that's what I'm saying right now. I want y'all, after get done watching the video, do the same thing. Pray about it to God. Tell God the desires of your heart, and watch everything come to fruition, man. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little quick video. I normally post vlogs, but this was something I just had to get off my chest. So hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.